Hello and welcome to Season of War as we look to step our first toes into the old world. Obviously, first and foremost, I want to say a big thank you to Games Workshop. They did send this stuff out to us to review and obviously paint, prep, get ready, and play some games. So we're going to do that. You'll see that this week on the channel. We're super excited for it. Ryan's the most excited for it. But we're actually both came from fantasy, played all growing up and whatnot. So
yeah, I've been playing this game since 3rd Ed Fantasy, and this is my heart and soul returning to life.
Yes, longtime Tomb Kings fan, Ryan. We'll try to just be chatting throughout this video. We're just going to do kind of unboxing, going through things, what we're excited about and pumped to do, and just trying to talk about our thoughts overall on Old World. And yeah, diving into it. So,
yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, we'll crack into everything, and that's about it.
All right, you want to start with Bretonia?
Well, hey Ryan, I'm not going to slow you down. We can both open them.
Oh, you want to do it at the same time? All right.
No worries. So the big things we're excited about are obviously the starter boxes.
And it's worth noting, this is huge. It's not one starter box with 2 half armies. It's 2 full starter sets with full armies. So you either buy your Tomb Kings or you buy your Bretonia.
So you'll obviously be able to see all of the stuff that comes with it, with these boxes, but there is a ton.
I hope this is a new trend with Games Workshop, because I love the fact that it's just not like now I don't have to have a buddy to share with.
Yes.
It's just all
Not that you don't have buddies to share with, but
the red sticks are back.
Number one favorite thing in this box is these sticks.
Well, there's a close second there in the orange plastic.
I don't.
We have templates again.
I think I have PTSD more than fond memories about.
I mean, this is the game where they're least important. Like, I loved it in 40K and whatnot because it actually made it matter how you positioned your models. In this, you're not really, like, everything's dense to begin with, but.
So obviously big, dense boxes here.
Yeah,
square bases.
Little white dice.
Yeah. Big thing is obviously but there is a starter box that comes with.
Mine not coming up.
These boxes. Oh, there's tape on it.
Oh.
I pre-cut mine.
You set me up.
Yeah. So core rule books come in the box, which is obviously.
That's not a small core rule book.
It is not a small core rule book, and it's one of many rule books that we have here to kind of go over. But core rules are obviously kind of the most important one. The reason I wanted to empty this box so quick.
It's because there's transfers.
Not only there are transfers in there, but not only that, I wanted to flip it over so
you can see what's in it.
But there's a ton in these boxes. Going through the Bretonian one, there's Lord of Bretonia on Royal Pegasus, so that's the big hero. There's 12 Bretonian Knights of the Realm. They're the coolest models. That's what you love about Bretonia, right?
Yeah, it's the Knights.
The Knights are obviously.
But does it have the Knights on foot? No.
No Knights on foot. So you got 12 of the Knights, like the mounted cavalry Knights. You have 3 Pegasus Knights. You got 36 men-at-arms, and then 24 bowmen. So, a lot. Like, again, if this was an AOS army, that feels like it would be 2,000 points.
Yeah, we haven't looked yet, so we don't know, but it's a big army.
Yeah.
And back in the day, a big block of Knights would be like 300-400 points. So, that's quite a few.
Yes. Yeah, so obviously, a ton in here. That's 76 models, so a ton of troops, a ton of stuff. 1 hero, bunch of cavalry, foot troops.
Now one thing that is notable in both these boxes, it's almost all old models. Which are great and lovable, and I'm so excited about it, but you get in each of them you get a new hero model, and I think everything else is just the old models from the old games.
There is a scatter die, though.
I still have a bunch of those.
I do too. I have a bunch of the old ones too.
That's what I have PTSD on, arguing that angle.
Yes.
More so than the templates.
Yeah.
But anyways, let me get this out so I can flip the Tomb Kings one and tell you all about it.
Again, the thing I'm most excited about in Bretonia, Ryan, obviously, you have a bunch of old Tomb Kings still on square bases.
No, they're on round bases, but I have, I
had unbuilt stuff.
Yeah, like, I've never played my Tomb Kings army on stream because we didn't start this channel until after Tomb Kings kind of got legended into oblivion. But I have a solid 3,000 points of like AOS 1 Tomb King stuff. And when we heard about this, I pulled out just like my bits boxes and stuff. I have hundreds of unpainted models still.
So you've been slowly starting to work on stuff in anticipation. But this release is also way earlier than we expected.
That's true, yeah, exactly. I started thinking, oh yeah, in the spring. But anyways, let me flip this box and we can talk about what's in Tomb Kings. One, look at the size of that base. That gives you an idea what might be in here. But if we look at this, flip it upside down. It is very classic Tomb King stuff. We have 2 blocks of archers, the old archers. These date back, I mean, it's the old skeleton kit that dates back to the early 90s with the upgrade kit that came out, I think around 2000, but I don't remember. Yeah, there's looks like 20 skeletons, 16 skeleton archers, no, 32, I gotta paint 32 skeleton archers. 40 skeleton warriors, so the spearmen guys, I think you can also give them hand weapons. We'll see what those things do. And then there's 16 skeleton horsemen, which you can build with either the bows or the spears. And then there's 3 chariots, which really interestingly, I was just paging through one of these books, the Tomb Kings of Khemri Arcane Journal, and there's actually rules for Tomb Guard in chariots. I don't think there's models for it because the pictures were the Tomb Guard models converted onto chariots, but that's awesome. That's so cool. And then, of course, there is the dragon, which we all have seen it already. It is amazing. You can build it with either the Lich Priest on it or a Tomb King on it, and whichever one you didn't put on it, you can put on foot beside it. And somewhere in here is the Sphinx cat, which everyone's excited about. And I am so pumped for all of this. And we're going to paint it, and it's going to be on the channel within a few weeks.
Ryan, this massive map.
That brings back so much more. Having a world that's just like a world again, and not just like pockets of reality.
It's a different style of fantasy, right? Yep. This is classic fantasy. It's one like, hey, I love the AOS world. I'm like not someone who I enjoy the lore in AOS. But there's something to be said about just it's a different.
Yeah, it's heroic. Like I was talking about this with a friend the other day. It's like nobody can doubt the fact that the AOS models are phenomenal sculpts, but everything is always so over the top. This brings back, this grounds it. Like stuff just feels like more.
We talked about the Green Knight though.
They brought the Green Knight back.
Well, yeah. So I'm sure he'll be. I mean,
that's the old model.
Yeah. I mean, I might still have an old metal one lying around somewhere, but.
He used to, for those who don't remember, he used to die or revive every time he died. He was invincible. You could not kill the Green Knight. I can't remember how far back it was that was in the rules, but it's just he would just show up in the next turn.
Yeah, lots in here. So, like, realistically, we're just diving into this for the first time.
Yeah.
So we don't even know what all these different books are. So
these arcane journals seem to be like almost like armies of renown. So like looking at the Tomb Kings 1, there's rules for Cetra in here, there's rules for the Tomb Guard on Chariot, but the base units aren't in here. They're in one of the other books.
So we've got the Forces of Fantasy is kind of like the army book for all the good armies. So we've got Dwarven Mountain Holds, Empire of Man, Wood Elf Realms, Kingdom of Britonia, and the High Elf Realms.
Oh, High Elves are in there.
So that's, so we've got rules for everything.
Where's Ravening Hordes?
It's right there.
No, that's a rule book
somewhere.
Yeah, I want to.
Right over there.
Oh, there it is. So, what he has, but for the actual good armies, and good in a different context.
Yeah.
That same map, it opens up. This is a beautiful book. I can't wait to like read through this in full.
It is. It does have like. It feels like those old classic books, right? With
and the smell,
the art design, and everything.
Yeah, this feels like I'm so excited. So we got orcs and goblins. We've got chaos. Oh, I'm gonna have to paint another Slaves to Darkness army.
Yep.
That's what started me. For the moment when I walked into a Games Workshop and I saw on the shelf that it was the Monopose Chaos Warriors kit. There was 8 models for $16 Canadian, and that's what made me fall in love with Chaos. That was the first kit I ever got, and I've been playing Slaves ever since. They weren't called Slaves then; it was Warriors of Chaos back then.
And they've released or re-released the old movement trays.
Yeah, these aren't the ones like you used to get them with the armies. When you buy a set, they would come with like a pre-sized one. There was, I don't know, like it was like 92 or 94 or something like that. They released these modular movement trays, and these are them again. And you can chop them up and make whatever size you want with them. They didn't sell them for very long. I was really surprised to see these because they were like on shelves at Games Workshops for like 6 months or something, and then they pulled them. So, but they are here. They're back.
In addition to the Britonia box, we have the Battle Standard Bearer on Pegasus.
Oh, nice.
And this is one of the new models.
Yes.
So this is a brand new model.
And he's impressive.
Yeah.
That is a beautiful model.
Yeah. I don't still looks weird in a square base.
Oh, I love the square bases.
It'll be, again, you've probably played Fantasy more recently than I have.
Yes. I played 9th Ed quite a bit.
Yeah.
Until the end.
Yeah,
Even past the end, because AOS right at the start was not much of a game.
Yeah, where I played as a kid and then kind of was in 40K more throughout like high school and university.
Yeah. So. Here's the Tomb King stuff. So it's all the stuff's here. Tomb King, Tomb Prince, Royal Herald, and it's like classic stuff. This isn't like AOS where it's like they tell you what you're geared with. It's like 3 points for a hand weapon, 4 points for a flail, and it's all generic weapons, which is something I really miss.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong,
and
AOS works great.
Out, you've always loved, whether it's for AOS or 40K, the minutia of those little decisions of.
Yeah, like the RPG aspect, but also I love the idea that I can look across the table at an army I've never played against, and I'll be like, they have great weapons, I know what that does. They have bows, I know what those do. Whereas in like AOS, the guy could have like a club and it'll have Ren 4, and then some other guy's got like a 15-foot sword and is Ren 0, and it's like you can't predict the weapons based on the model. It's just like whatever they feel like. But here, a great weapon is a great weapon is a great weapon. Doesn't matter if an elf is holding it, an orc, and I don't know, I just like that. That consistency appeals to me.
So looking just quickly, Bretonnia, we got the Mounted Knights of the Realm again. The unit I'm most excited for in the box, just from like a hobby perspective. 24 points each, so that for 6 guys looks like 150 points roughly, and then you can purchase magic items.
That's it?
Yeah, put it up. So it's not actually like.
That's not that many points then.
Not as, yeah. So, but you can put another 50. So you could go 200 points on a unit. It sounds like maybe a little more, 210, 215 when you take a standard bearer musician.
And you'll be paying for magic items.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you're including up to those points.
Yeah.
Limits.
One thing I just did notice, I opened up the composition. It's very similar to 9th Ed. So you can spend about half your points on characters if you want. At least 25% of your army is on core. 50% can be special. 25% can be rare. You can have 20% mercenaries and 25% allies. And I'm not sure what the difference is between a mercenary and ally at this point, but probably Dogs of War. But I haven't seen any rules for Dogs of War or anything previewed around it. So, but they're here.
I think it says knights are like 55 points each, so that's like a 200 point unit for 3.
Yeah. Lich Priests, like there's. I want to find Ushabti. I have like 30 Ushabti sitting on sprue, not sprue because they're metal models, but they're in a box. They're here. They're 49 points each. I don't know what is good stats-wise yet. So like looking at these numbers, they look very similar to the old ones actually.
But I'm sure they are, right? Like they're not going to completely revamp or change things up. So it obviously is like, it's bringing back the old world, right? It's not. AOS was the reimagining.
If I see the words Purple Sun anywhere, I'm going to have a heart attack, though, because for those of you that played 9th, you remember what that stupid Purple Sun could do.
It was worse than lifting up Archaon in one go and stuff like that?
It would like take up like half an army. Like it was ridiculous. That I think it single-handedly ruined, I guess it was 8th Ed, wasn't it? 8th Ed when it ruined it? There was one edition where it was just single-handedly ruined the game, basically.
So there's reference card packs. So this is Lores of Magic reference card packs. So this is like different spells and stuff. And wow, there's.
It looks like there's no special characters in the main books, in these books. Like they must only be in these other ones.
100 different spells.
Yeah.
And abilities and whatnot.
And where are these? That's reference cards.
So this is yeah.
But somewhere here we have a giant box of magic cards.
That's what these are. Lores of Magic reference cards.
No, there was magic items.
Oh yes.
There they are.
Yeah.
Like, we're gonna be back. Like this isn't gonna be like AOS where you have like 5 magic items and 4 of them are bad.
So then we have the normal kind of what we are used to in AOS of like just the reference card packs for the army as well. So we got the Bretonnia. Like,
is that actually units?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Oh no, this is all.
It's all your magic items for that army.
Yeah, this is items, which is cool.
Yeah, they were also in the book I saw, but
they are in the book, but
handy.
You only need to have 3 or 4 that you're taking in an army. And so it's nice to have those without having to.
But I'm so excited. I remember, and for those who remember, there used to be a box that you could buy. I think this was 7th Ed, maybe 6th Ed. There was a box called Warhammer Magic, and it was like a $100 box, and it was just filled with magic cards for items and spells, and you had so much choice. It was like it put D&D to shame at the time for customizability.
Yeah.
Balance was impossible back then, but.
Wasn't the main focus.
Sword of Battle, Duelist Blades. I'm recognizing these names. They're bringing stuff back. Giant Blade, Sword of Swiftness, Berserker Blade, Biting Blade, Burning Blade, Armor of Destiny. Like there's so much stuff here. So many items. Although what's interesting is they don't have points costs.
Not on the cards.
Not on the cards. Is there a points cost thing here somewhere, or are we just going to get that digitally at some point?
I mean, I'm sure there's got to be. So in the core rules, handy, there's a nice little small summary to like go through.
Potion of
overview.
Strength. Potion of... Oh, that's so exciting. Power scroll, dispel scroll. Oh, I wonder if items are still secret. So back in the day, it was secret. You didn't know they had a dispel scroll until they whipped it out.
Also, even like, it'll be interesting, again, going through all the rules with a fine-tooth comb and be like, okay, is movement, like, can you measure stuff?
Yeah, and there's a lot here. Like, we have a lot to learn, my friend.
Yeah, I know, trust me.
In a very short amount of time. Plus, we have to paint all this stuff.
And build. Don't forget building.
That's true.
But yeah, we got, so core rules, there's the lore, all the magic lores. Talking about narrative battles, everything, so much to go through.
This map is interesting. It's like similar to the old map, but it doesn't include the Chaos Wastes at the top. It's like kind of mainly like the Empire.
Here's your boys, Ryan.
Oh, the slaves, yeah.
Warriors of Chaos.
Oh, they're calling them Warriors of Chaos.
Yep.
Those are the old Chaos Knight models. Those are the old Chosen, old Marauders. Oh, that's the current Marauders.
Yeah.
The Marauders are both old and new. The dwarves, actual cool classic dwarves.
Orcs and goblins.
Yeah, it's all the old stuff.
Yep. You can obviously see all the stuff. Hey, there's the Wild Riders and stuff. So we actually probably have, I mean, I have a bunch of my old High Elf stuff too, but I would rather rebuild a new collection than
yeah, and one of the things with High Elves is right before the end, they released some really beautiful models that just never got their time of day, like the Sky Cutters and stuff.
Like
there's some
Sky Cutters were cool, yeah, with the eagles.
The Phoenixes.
I mean, Dragon Princes, like
White Lions. Like there's
Dragon Prince, White Lion. Oh my gosh, I was like honestly hesitant and. I wasn't excited for the old world.
Until you saw this.
Not that I was, not in a negative way, but I just like so focused on AOS, and I will remain.
Well, and we're trying to switch to 40, not switch to, but incorporate 40K
and well, I mean, we love all the games, right? But looking at this High Elf stuff,
I mean, my god!
I wanted to do like a Dragon Prince army before Cities of Sigmar came out, right? And like.
Yeah.
Run all my old
Phoenix Guard.
That's what I mean, like all that awesome old stuff, like. And one of the downsides for me was that I don't want to strip paint and refurbish all my old stuff. You know what I mean? That's just not an enjoyable experience. Wow. But when you have new kits.
Yeah, this is so exciting.
Yeah,
So.
No surprise. Tomb Kings was your thing. I was an elf boy through and through, so.
Well, and you're also a knight boy, so I think Bretonnians are fine for you.
Yeah, I'll enjoy Bretonnians, but.
I always loved Dark Elves. Those were the elves I liked back then.
If I had a choice, I would be opening and building High Elves first and foremost. I would rather this be Dragon Princes. Silverhounds, but Dragon Princes and like...
Illyrian Reavers?
Oh yeah, all that stuff. And Wood Elves were awesome too.
High Lord Tyrion?
We do have a bunch of like, again...
Yeah, like
old city stuff that we like from the Wood Elves.
You've seen it on the channel. I have half an army of Wood Elves, half an army of Dark Elves.
Sisters of the Thorn and Wild Riders.
Yeah, I got those. Eternal Guard.
Yep. So,
Sisters of the Watch, I've got those.
Man, I'm gonna read. Yeah, I had 30 Eternal Guard and Sisters of the Watch ready to go. That I was like primed. I guess they're getting rebased because they're not in.
This is how it should be. This is Cetra's rules right here. 2 full pages of rules. That's how Cetra should be. And he still does have Cetra does not kneel. Which, for those who remember back to the very start of AOS, when they had some silly special rules, if you had Cetra in your army, and if at any point your opponent caught you kneeling on the ground to like pick up a dice or something, you just lost the game instantly.
Good.
It was a rough time for AOS. But it does not look like High Queen Khalida made it in, which bums me because I really liked High Queen Khalida. But Prince Apophis is in here. But
yeah, this again. It's gonna be a lot to learn. Some people, have been like keeping up and still playing, fantasy and whatnot.
Yeah, haven't touched it in years. Half a decade, 6 years, something like that.
But it is so funny how, like, easily, you know what? The nostalgia, like, Bretonnians are cool. Always loved to look at them and all that. But seeing all the old High Elf stuff in this book is actually like getting me more excited than anything. So all like those kits being available again, is like going to be incredible. And hey, like, man, I've seen other people do it, and one of the things I always wanted to do with the Flesh Eater Horse Army was all like old Bretonnian knights, like
make them nice.
Do them on round bases as like your flayers and whores and stuff, and like do it at like, you know, that's the delusion.
Yep.
This makes it a lot easier to do stuff like that.
I have at home in a box somewhere. I don't ask me to find them, but back in the day I had a Vampire Counts army because apparently I liked undead, and at the time the Black Knights were a metal model and they were very expensive. So instead I bought like 3 boxes of Reikland Knights, or Reichland, or however you say it, and just put skeleton heads on them. I still have all those. And it's just a bunch of Empire Knights with skeleton heads. And they look great, like they're fine. They're not painted, they're still great plastic, because 12-year-old Ryan did not paint things in any meaningful amount of time. But he was just pulling through, and the cover of
the art in this book is amazing.
Yeah, but I saw the cover of the Slaves to Darkness book for 7th or 8th ed. Brought back some memories.
So we do have a bit of work ahead of us in terms of like building, painting, and learning the rules and practicing and getting some games in. So we will be busting our butts though to make that possible. So look forward to that, guys. Ryan, I think you're excited. I'm excited. This is again for me 10 years since I've like played fantasy, and I'm excited to get back into it. So yeah, we'll dive in. Look forward to battle reports and all that coming out over the next couple of days and in these first couple of weeks. Then we want to hear feedback. If we want to know what you guys think. If it's you're enjoying the content, enjoying seeing these games, and we can try and bring some more if you are. But it's all going to be based on what you guys want to see. So we look forward to hearing back, seeing if you guys are as excited as we are. And either way, thanks for watching. We'll see you in a battle report soon.